Good morning, everyone. Lately, or this week, or last week, my YouTube algorithm, subscription feed, or recommended page was littered or filled with Apple products, but also with new camera products like this mic from Lumix and new retro handheld devices. Obviously, with my main channel, lots of new bags and stuff like that. And I kind of wanted to talk again about what I've been talking about a couple of episodes ago with stopping to buy new stuff and not kind of fueling this gear acquisition syndrome that we as humans, we like. I mean, it's fun to buy new stuff, but the question really is, do we need to buy new stuff? And yeah, I kind of want to ramble a little bit about this because, as I've mentioned in this last video that I made, because I did not watch as much YouTube for the past few months and I wasn't doom scrolling on Instagram, I did notice that this urge to buy something new, like a new phone, for example, or a new camera, or in this case last week, a new Apple product, which I fortunately don't have the urge anymore anyways, but I really want to talk about it because I don't watch YouTube that much. I didn't have that urge to buy something new, and I think it is really important to kind of recognize that. And I would say I'm also a little bit, not a little bit, I'm also responsible because obviously my main channel is a review channel. So I am the same person that kind of floods the YouTube algorithm with buying recommendations. Although I would argue I put a lot of emphasis as well into showcasing negative stuff about the product. And therefore, hopefully some of you will say, okay, I don't need that. But yeah, I would say I'm part of, not the problem, but I'm also fueling this gear acquisition syndrome. And as I said, it is fun to buy new stuff, but I think it is also really important to kind of acknowledge and recognize that watching YouTube videos and social media wants us to buy stuff that we probably don't need. For example, going back to the Apple example, there are multiple new products that probably aren't necessarily targeted at me, but in the next few months there will be a couple of Apple products that will be specifically targeted towards me as a professional film editor. But last year I bought an outdated refurbished model, the MacBook Pro M3 Pro, I believe it was, Pro or Max. And because I bought that last year, I don't really need to get a new item, of course. And it is, with computers, for me, it is very easy to say, oh, I don't need that because it's a work tool, because everything that I have is good enough and is working perfectly, but also it brings me money. So because those are tools that bring me money, it would be easy to kind of justify saying something along the lines, okay, let's buy something new. But from a business perspective, it's easier to say, okay, I don't need that because my tools are still working perfectly fine. When it comes down to other things like a camera, for example, because it's so much fun, it is very easy to get into the thought process of thinking, oh, it would be cool to buy this new camera because it's small. For example, I always wanted to buy the DJI Nano because I'm telling myself, okay, that is a small camera. It would be much easier to vlog with that outside and to do videos when people are around without feeling so self-conscious about it because that camera is so small. But I obviously don't need that. I have a Fuji X-M5, great camera. I have this DJI Pocket 3. I don't need a new camera. And the DJI Pocket 4 is actually on the horizon. So I'm already priming myself to not watch YouTube and not wanting to buy this. And again, I'm not here to tell you what to do, and I'm not here to say buying new stuff is terrible. It's fun. But I think it is very important to kind of recognize that watching YouTube videos, watching ads, and seeing those products, that A, they will kind of fuel that gear acquisition syndrome. B, you need to recognize, do I actually need it? And C, and this is the very important part about this, these new products and the advertisement, the YouTube videos, they will kind of implant the thought in your head that what you own is broken and is not working anymore, and is outdated at least. The smallest thought process that they will start in your head is that whatever you have is outdated. But truth to be told, if you are very realistic, if you didn't know this new product came up, so that's the realization part that I would recommend. Ask yourself, if that product wouldn't be out now, and if you wouldn't have seen that video, do you actually need to buy a new phone? This is the Fold 5, so a very old phone in comparison to what we have at the moment available. But it works perfectly well. The same holds true with an iPhone. So many people want a new iPhone, not really acknowledging that the phone that they have in their pockets, they just bought last year. And it's not broken, it's not old, it's not incapable. It works perfectly well. And so that's the question that you might need to ask yourself. Okay, if this commercial of this new product wouldn't have been out, would I have been actually craving something new? Or is this what I have? Be it a camera, a computer, a phone. Is this enough? Or is it still capable to do what I need to do? And that's a really important question. And more importantly also, do you actually have the money to buy it? That's also something that some people kind of make the mistake of. Okay, and they convince themselves, oh, I need this new camera to make YouTube videos because my camera that I have isn't working right. And then they think about, okay, if I buy this now on loan or in monthly payments, then my videos could get better, then my YouTube channel starts growing, and then I might get monetization or whatever it might be. Completely disregarding that they put themselves into debt and it's not worth it because they actually had a camera that worked perfectly well. And yeah, that's just something that I kind of want to, kind of talk about and bring to you. Really think hard about, do you need it? Is what you have actually broken or incapable of doing it? Or maybe do you have a skill issue? Because most of the time, especially if it comes down to cameras, for example, people just don't know how to use their cameras. And I'm not saying that to make you feel bad. I'm just saying it to help you out. Do you actually need to spend, let's be real, at least 500 to more likely 1,000 euros to buy a new camera just because maybe you didn't appreciate the camera that you already have enough, and maybe you don't have fully grasped the potential of that camera. So yeah, really ask yourself that, and do you actually have the funds? Because if you have the excess overhead money to buy it, okay, by all means buy it. But most of the times, especially in this economy, we don't have that, and sometimes people just buy stuff because they think what they have isn't working, and then they suddenly notice, oh, I didn't have the funds to actually buy this. So really be clear about that. All right. So maybe let me know in the comment section below, what was the item that you were lately in the last 2 weeks tempted to potentially getting in the future? Let me know in the comment section below. And maybe check out my video from yesterday up here. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button up here. That way we see each other in the next video. Oh no, I will put the video up here about where I talked about how YouTube influences my buying decisions. Check it out up here. All right. Thank you very much.